Hey everybody, Steelgrassify here again today, and yeah, time for another episode of the NU Battle series, this week actually on time, and as of requested by a certain someone in the comments the last video, sorry if I just don't have your name right now, but he wanted to know if I could say, what might be possible counters or something to different Pokemon, so I'll go over that in this episode. So, Milk Tank, leftovers, and thick fat, and yeah, mostly it's bulk, so I have max HP, max special defense, a little bit intact, just, didn't feel like investing in defense. But this one's basically a big support thing. It's got Stealth Rocks, Milk Drink, Heal Bell, and Body Slam. Possible problems that for Milk Tank could be Socks, which you could use, close combat and easily one-shot it, I believe. Other fighting types such as Emboar, and then well, for at least this set, things like Toxic and Will-O-Wisp won't be that much of a problem because I have Heal Bell, but if you're not running that kind of set, just watch out for that. Have something with Heal Bell or something, I don't know. Yeah, but besides that, Milk Tank's a pretty solid wall, actually. Next, we've got Minun, which didn't have really a set on Smogon because who uses Minun, and so I just had it a leftover set, and this is a substitute Nasty Plot set with a Baton Pass. Max defense, so I can take a couple hits and some speed. And okay, possible threats, any ground type, obviously, because I can't hit anything with that. I only have Thunderbolt. And pretty much anything that has, like, max attack can, like, one-shot this thing. I don't want to say anything, because I do have good defense investment, but a lot of things. Minun is just really frail. So, yeah. Let's see. Misdreavus is a Violite set. This one is a Will-O-Wisp, Calm Mind sort of set, and for this set I ran max HP, 232 in defense and the rest in speed, just because I wanted a little speed and I value my defense a lot. So Misdreavus counters, well, for the most part, to be honest, Misdreavus kind of counters itself, because it really depends on who's faster or who's packing more of a punch. But if you want something a little bit more safe, try, say, Mighty Enna from before. Could easily one-shot this. I don't know about this particular set, since this is a bulky one with them. So, like I said, dark types, well, for the most part, can deal with these pretty nice, and as long as you can one-shot it, or, avoid a Will-O-Wisp or something, then you're pretty good, and yeah, that's what I've got to say. This is actually kind of a interesting set. It's a Monferno Focus Sash set, and I used to see these a whole lot, like a couple months ago, but Stealth Rocks, actually, with Overheat, Vacuum Wave, and Endeavor. Now, it's kind of a strange set, and I can't really say much about it, but if I get to show it off in battle, you'll see. Possible problems, Monferno is pretty frail, but that's why I have Focus Sash, so as long as there's no Stealth Rocks or anything, that should be fine. But this is more of a lead Monferno, and yeah. Earth types are pretty good counters to this, and something like Golurk, which has a lot of bulk, is also usually pretty good on Monfernos. And yeah, pretty much anything that's faster than it, because Monferno is pretty fast. Anything that's faster than it can probably do enough. Now, it's obviously something like Ninjask won't be able to do very much, but with this set, if it's running overheat, so if you can like substitute a couple times, that can play out in your favor. And it looks like for this one I have a little left over from before, so let's why not a little special defense. Alright, sorry about that incompleteness. Then we got this Mothim with tinted lenses, which okay, not very effective attacks are doubled, which means that if I use like Bug Buzz on a Golurk, it's going to do actually double damage. And so technically anything is good for this, which means that if anything switches in on this to see if it can take an attack, it won't be able to. So this is a Quiver Dance set, kind of like the Masquerain from a couple episodes ago. Bug Buzz, Air Slash, but instead of Hydro Pump, you know, we can't have that. This time, unfortunately, we have Hidden Power Water, Max Speed, Max Special Attack, pretty much, you know, anything for a good sweeper. And, yeah, leftovers. Problems, pretty much any fire type that it can, like, take a hit from this thing. Now, I do have Hidden Power Water, so pretty much the most dangerous thing for Mothim is anything that can OHKO it while it's still setting up Quiver Dances. And last but not least, Mr. Mime, which has a leftover set. This is also Baton Pass too, so again another sort of Baton Pass team, because I do have Minin, which is also Baton Pass, and this is pretty much the same set except for Psychic over Thunderbolt. And max HP, and then I decide max speed, because if I can actually set up a nasty plot, Psychic can do a lot. Now, counters to this thing, since I obviously only have Psychic, Dark types are going to be very scary. Dark types actually probably do a whole lot bad to this team. Fortunately, you don't see too many. I mean, you used to see a lot of Absol, but not so much anymore because it moved up to RU, I believe. Yeah, that's really all I've got to say. I hope you like the new segment I have on it for explaining, and let's find a battle. Alright. Okay, it's muted. Everything's good. You can actually hear me, hopefully. I know sometimes I've been kind of quiet, but okay. On that note, we've got Shedinja, which may be a lead. I don't know, but if I can sub Stealth Rocks, that thing's automatically dead. I don't see any Rapid Spinners. Armaldo might have Rapid Spin. I can't remember if Armaldo can learn Rapid Spin. But it looks like, wow, I hate people that do this. I mean, you know, that just start the timer and get all mad, and that's not very good for videos like this. But just in case, I'll send out Monferno, set up the Stealth Rocks, and do shenanigans. I do have Focus Sash, so I'm not really worried. Explosion. Okay, so that's kind of interesting, actually. No, I don't mind that. Alright. Yeah, what can I really do? This is kind of where it comes into play. Like, you get down to your Focus Sash, he sends in his next thing. But what do you want to do? Do you want to Endeavor? And in this case, I probably do. Maybe I should have gone for Overheat and Rapid Spin KO. Haha. And if you watch the Flaming Spade, we'll get that reference. Let's see. Okay, Minin. If I can set up a substitute, I know this thing might have Rock Blast. But if it doesn't and it goes for Stone Edge, I might have some luck. Okay. Like I said, any ground type is going to be a big threat. So, actually, I think I've got a good idea here. He's obviously gonna use like Earth Power or something, right? Maybe even set up Stealth Rocks if he's smart. But I can baton pass the sub over to Motham, which can start Quiver Dancing. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I don't like having a timer. Ah, he makes a good play and goes for Surf. Now I should be able to take a lot of hits from this thing. We'll see how this goes. Ice Beam. It is super effective, which might come into play, and as long as I don't get critted, I think I'll be okay, maybe? I don't want to, I want to set up another Quiver Dance. Okay, yes, I was kind of expecting that, to be honest. And I wish I had Giga Drain on this. I think it might be able to learn Giga Drain, but whatever. Whew. I think Ground has a weakness or resistance to bugs, so I just want to go for Air Slash. Oh yes, and I forgot how much of a wall that thing is. If I can get another flinch, I should be okay. That's the only way I'm surviving here. Yeah, because I might actually. I'll get to kill it off, I think. Now here's the interesting part. I could kill him off, or I might switch out and like sack his Armada, which is only at 6%, if he really wants to save this thing. So I think I'll just go for Air Slash. Okay, good thing I didn't go for like Bug Buzz, because yeah, that would have been really bad for obvious purposes, hopefully. Now this is interesting. The only thing I have that can actually hit this thing is Misdreavus. So, okay, I probably should have gone for Will-O-Wisp, but I didn't want the chance of missing. And him doing something like Swords Dance, which, you know, might have been worse. So, what's he gonna send in? Maybe Kangaskhan? Because it might think I'm like... I don't know. Okay, so... that's not a problem for me. Shadow Ball should... yep. I don't think I needed the crit there. I mean, it's pretty weak. Alright. Winnie the Pooh reference. Oh, did I just almost say Willy the Pooh? Oh, it has Scrappy. Okay, I forgot. And... let's see. It is faster, but with this... okay. Okay. Yes, I survive. I get paralyzed, as long as no para hacks. Okay, good. Now, here's where I could go. I might try to see if I can do something with mine. Okay, Wish. That's kind of good in my favor. I could kill him off with a Thunderbolt if... he might go into... it's a matter of predictions here. Okay. So he doesn't go for Protect, and he just passes it off to himself. Which is not bad, but I was kind of thinking Armaldo, but okay. And a Thunderbolt should be able... yes, it is able to KO. Okay, so mine in doing work. Nice. I wish I had Hidden Power Ice, but unfortunately I don't think I do. And... I'm also kind of tempted to go baton passing something over, but to be honest, nothing can really use it too well. Let's see. I gotta think ahead here. So if I Thunderbolt, oh, that does a lot actually. I forgot how much that does. Okay, so he's Dragon Dancing up. If I'm faster, nope, I'm not. Okay, that's an easy answer. Outrage, outrage. Okay. Time for some bulk to come in. I know that very well that Milk Tank can easily KO this thing. And I think I've pretty much got this one. I'll just set up Stealth Rocks and see how much an Outrage does, which actually does a lot. That's fine with me. So now I'll just... pretty much I'm just gonna go back and forth and from different pokes, just so I can see if it gets off anything. Alright, not bad. I can will-o-wisp this thing, and it can be having some issues here, except for I missed my will-o-wisp. Outrage. Okay, it does KO. Now he's locking into Outrage, and I played that pretty stupid. I should have just killed it then and there. I gave him a chance now. Wow, I just lost the match because I played stupid. I'm sorry. I seriously just lost the match. I can't even say good game about this. Lol. Okay, well. That's his first indie win. Everybody needs a little something like that. But, I can't live it up. You guys saw that. You guys saw me fail there. That was terrible. Seriously, terrible. That's why you've got to think a bit more smarter. You got to think smarter than me in that case. So, let this be a lesson to you all. Think about it. Except for that guy had the battle timer going. Though I think I saw him stop at that turn, which that would have been. I'm sorry, I can't talk because I can't talk about my own stupidity. Okay, I'm gonna try. Okay, so if I just used Body Slam, I probably would have KO'd it, because it was getting pretty low on health, and if I KO'd it, I could have sent in Almaldo, or he would have sent in Almaldo. I could have easily outsped that thing. But no, I had to be stupid like that and set up late game rocks. Okay, so if I thought about that a little bit better, and I actually didn't want to go easy on him, sort of, then I probably should have body slammed. But live and learn, right? Everybody gets a bit cocky sometimes. So, let's go over this. And so Milk Tank did pretty well, actually. He must have had max attack, I'm thinking, because I didn't have any defense investment. That's probably why. Some people use it as a defensive wall. I just wanted it to be an overall wall. But, oh well. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting off topic. It actually took an Outrage, and pretty decently. And if any of you guys have seen Milk Tanks yourselves in NU, then you'll know that if they're running max defense, like, they might even be able to survive a Choice Scarf close combat. Depends on if he's running attack investment, which they usually are, so don't get your hopes up. But anyway, it served pretty well. You can say that this is a pretty good set. Maybe you want to make a defensive wall, just add a little bit of EVs to defense, you know, etc. Minen actually did pretty well. I'm surprised. After Nasty Plato was able to KO the what's it called? KO the Kangaskhan and do a nice chunk to Altaria, which I was kind of surprised at, since I only had like a little bit of special attack investment. Mischievous was pretty good, and as you can see, if you don't like setup or anything, it can be quite annoying to deal with. And then we got Monferno, which, you know, you saw the Focus Sash set, and this thing's like all lead. Like, you can't use this any other time besides when you're leading or whatever. Set up those stealth rocks, and choose whether you want to overheat or endeavor. Probably should have gone for overheat. Probably would have KO'd just because of Blaze and everything, which is another thing to add with this set. With Blaze, overheat's doing with stab like power of 280, I think. You know, 140 times 0.5 times 0.5. Yeah, that's like 280, right? So yeah, quite a lot of power when it's down to its focus sash. Endeavor's also nice too, though, if it's really bulky, like, I wouldn't have been able to KO a Milk Tank, but Endeavor would have taken it down, and sometimes you even want to do that if it's a really fast lead, but for the most part, I'm just going to leave that up to you guys. But really cool set. I want you guys to try it out, and hope you have good success with that. Mothin was pretty good, as you saw. It kind of lacks a little bit of power, to be honest, but for the most part, that Wish Cache was probably max HP at least. So, yeah, it did a nice amount and took it down to a reasonable size where, like, Mischievous was able to come in and Shadow Ball it. And last but not least, Mr. Mime, which, to be honest, was just death fodder in that last match. It is pretty fast, to be honest. I think it's even faster than, it's close to the same speed as Monferno. Let me check. 287 to 306. Okay, so Mr. Mime's is faster than Monferno. So, yeah, if your opponent's using Monferno, you can always think of Mr. Mime. But, yeah, pretty much the same thing as Minin, and it even has more special attack than Minin, so, yeah, that's something to say. So, I think that just about wraps it up. Thank you guys for watching, and this is Steelgrassify signing off.